is 30 minutes. Okay, we'll start straight away. First of all, for your information, I would like to tell you that the brook, B-R-O-O-K, brook is a small river, Lui Te Takte, Lui Luang stream, the brook. Now, in the introduction, it's written, while we can easily imagine different types of travel that we as humans undertake, we may not think of a river or stream as something that is living too, and therefore capable of travel. Read a famous poem in which a running brook narrates its journey with such a wealth of detail that we can see it, hear it, and partake of its experience. Now, first of all, I'll explain the literal side of the poem, and then we'll go to the figurative. Figurative means all the central idea, the hidden meaning. Okay? Now, again, this poem is full of imagery. Now, imagery is a poetical or literary device. Now, when you read something, some picture comes into your mind. Likewise, when you read this poem, so many pictures will come into your mind. The best way the poem can be explained is by having a painting of a brook, the hills, the valleys it passes by. But even then, you have got that picture in your textbook. You can see the brook flowing by. So at least that will help you with some kind of imagination of the image. Okay. Now, let's come to the first answer. I come from haunts of coot and hern. I make a sudden sally and sparkle out among the fern to bicker down a valley. Now, the speaker is the brook itself. The brook is the narrator, is the speaker here. So, the brook starts its journey. The brook starts flowing from the dwelling places of water birds such as coot and hern. Now, H-E-R-N, hern out there is a heron. Is another word for heron. The poet contracts it into hern so that the flow of the poem will be syllabic. A poem has syllabic thing that urin poet kanin heron ka aron ki hern tan ka. So those birds, coot and hern, are birds you will find near the water. So the brook starts its journey from the dwelling places of coot and hern, and then it says, I make a sudden sally. Sudden sally is quick movement. And then I sparkle out among the fern to bicker down a valley. So it's full of picture. The poem, like I said, is full of images, pictures. The brook starts flowing from the dwelling places of water birds such as coot and hern, and then it would make a quick movement, and then with the sunlight, with the sunlight sparkling on the surface, the brook starts flowing, and then as it flows, it makes a bickering sound. B-I-C-K-E-R. Bicker means sound of arguing. Hey, me in how report angry ka brook kanin asiam chintani. So as it flows down a valley. By 30 hills I hurry down or slip between the ridges. By 20 thorps, little town, and 100 bridges. By 30 hills. Now those are the places the brook passes as it flows. 30 hills does not mean exactly 30. What the poet implies is there were a large number of hills, or slip between the ridges. Ridges are chain of hills. So the brook flows down the valley and on the plain and on the ridges, and then as it flows, it comes across 20 thorps. Thorps. Thorp is a village. So it passed by several villages. Again, there you will see the use of the word 20 thorps. It doesn't mean, it doesn't mean that there were 20 villages. 20 villages on Tinaninawa, there were several villages. So the brook passes by the villages and then little town and 100 bridges. Again, 100 bridges does not exactly mean 50 bridges. It means several bridges. A large number of bridges. So those are the places the brook passes by as it flows. Till last by Philip's farm I flow to join the brimming river. Then as the brook continues to flow, it comes to Philip's farm. There was a man who owns a farm, owned a farm, and that man's name is Philip. So the brook flows by and then it came to join the river in Philip's farm. There was a river in Philip's farm. So the brook comes and joins that river. Till last by Philip's farm I flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. Now, I would like all of you to underline that couplet, those two lines. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. Are you ready with your pencil, all of you? I would like you all to underline, for men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. That is the chorus, the refrain of the poem. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever means human beings come into this world, we are born, and then there comes a day when we die. But the brook is eternal. The brook will never die. It continues to live forever. It is eternal. It is immortal. It goes on flowing. I chatter over stony ways in little sharps and trebles. I bubble into eddy ways. I babble on the pebbles. Now, this poem, though it contains many stanzas, it is not as difficult as it sounds. Now, the brook is merely describing its journey as it flows by the plains, the hills, the valleys, and then over stony ways. There were stones on the way, and then it continues to flow. And depending on the object that lies in its way, the brook makes different sounds. Do you understand? Brook ka akal kunga thilo azir khanin ari ka dang lam chinti na nicho. Supposing there is a big stone on the way, then it will dash against that stone and the sound will be the sound of splashing. So here the brook makes the sound of chattering. I chatter over stony ways in little shops and trebles. I bubble into eddying ways. I babble on the pebbles. So it makes that sound as it flows over stones, over pebbles. Okay, look at page 15. With many a curve, my banks I fret. by many a field and fallow, and many a fairy foreland set with willow, weed, and mellow. So the brook, what you should know is that depending on the terrain, depending on the geographical location, uh, depending on the geographical features of things, the brook does not always flow in a straight line. It does not always flow in a straight line. Sometimes, if they're depending on the terrain, leilung, terrain means leilung. Okay, leilung azir kanin, brook ka, alwan dan ka dang vele zel tani. So, you see, at this particular time, we can see the brook flowing past a field and uncultivated land. It flows by a field and uncultivated land, and then as it flows, it washes away the soil. Uh, it washes away the soil with its current. Ama force kanin later ka erode chintani. And many a fairy foreland set with willow, weed, and mellow. Now, Alfred Tennyson is able to use so many beautiful words. So at this particular moment, the place where the brook is flowing must be indeed very, very beautiful. Fairy foreland means a beautiful place of flowers. Then there were willow, weed, and mellow, beautiful trees with yellow colors. I chatter as I flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. So, like I said, depending on the object that comes on its way, the brook makes different sounds. Sometimes it makes a sound like people quarreling, and sometimes it makes a sound like someone who keeps on talking. So in that manner, the brook continues to flow. So here again, the brook repeats the chorus. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. Now he says, people are born on this earth. They come into this world, and then there comes a day when they leave this world, that is, they die. But me, I can never die. I continue to go on. I wind about and in and out, and here a blossom sailing, and here and there a lusty trout, and here and there a grading. As the brook continues to flow, there were flowers falling from the trees, and then they would land on its surface of water. And then it would carry along fish like trout. Trout is a fish. Grayling, trout are all fish. So the brook would carry the flowers and the fishes along with it. And here and there a foamy flake upon me as I travel with many a silver watery break upon the golden gravel. Now all these, like I said, are the things the brook passes as it flows. Sometimes the water make a flake. Atui brook tui khatian alwana force na satkan hey puan bubble angkan lo om chintani. Okay, let's come to page 16. And draw them all along and flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. Now the poet carries the fish, the foam, the flowers, and then it carries ama brook kanin. Enge alen tel zemani chukha sangha te pangpar unchika. It carries all those things with it to join another river. Then again here it repeats the refrain, for men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. When the brook joins the river, it does not end there. We have seen earlier that the brook went and joined the river in Philip's farm. You should not think that the brook stops there. It comes out of Philip's farm again, and then goes on its own. Then as it continues its journey, it comes to another river. It joins the water of that river, and again it comes out of that river on its own and continues to flow. I steal by lawns and grassy plots. I slide by hazel covers. I move the sweet forget-me-nots that grow for happy lovers. I steal, S-T-E-A-L. Steal here means move silently. Does not mean to steal. Steal someone's money. It means to move silently, secretly, silently. I slide by lawns and grassy plots. I slide by hazel covers. I move the sweet forget-me-nots that grow for happy lovers. So at this particular time, the brook is moving to such a lovely place, grassy area. There were hazels. Hazel in Mizo is Thing samim kung bul thing samim ta kha an lo tla ale ya khan khami area khanaron luang tani. I move the sweet forget-me-nots that grow for happy lovers. I'm sorry I cannot use a whiteboard so that I can draw, but let me just explain it like this. As the brook flows, there were forget-me-nots, beautiful flowers which were growing there, and the brook, the water of the brook would make the forget-me-nots move. The forget-me-nots would move like this. And then those forget-me-nots are really so beautiful. It's such a beautiful place that lovers in Ngai Zongte and Vatua and in Gong. Okay, it must be a very beautiful place. Don't you think? Don't you think so? I slip, I slide, I gloom, I glance among my skimming swallows. I make the netted sunbeam dance against my sandy shallows. Now, the movement of the brook, like I said, is always not the same. Sometimes it would suddenly move. Supposing the brook comes flowing like this, and there is a valley here. So the water would suddenly move like this. And if it flows on the plain, it need not move so quickly. It flows smoothly. So here too, the brook makes that kind of movement. I slip, I slide, I gloom. G-L-O-O-M. Gloom here will mean move very slowly. I slip, I slide, I gloom, I glance among my skimming swallows. Now, swallows are birds. They would come and dip on the water of the brook like this. Not going and touching, but skimming. Skimming means to lightly touch. Zuk tok voy, hatia zuk tok voy ang skimming hatia. So swallows, the swallows, birds were flying, and as they fly, they would lightly touch the water of the brook. I make the netted sunbeam dance against my sandy shallows. Underline sandy shallows and write an area in the water which is not deep. An area in the water which is not deep. Sandy shallows. An area in the water which is not deep. So sunlight would fall on it and the brook would look very beautiful. The sunlight would make the water sparkle. Sparkle, you know sparkle, I believe. Ni kanin brook tuika enge aron nachon tuika atle neu tin tani. So the brook looks very lovely. Then we'll come to another phase of the journey of the brook. I murmur, underline murmur and write low sound, very low sound. Rizoide or rizoi. I murmur under moon and stars in brambly wildernesses. Underline wildernesses and write area full of bushes. Area full of bushes. I murmur under moon and stars in brambly wildernesses. I linger by my shingly bars. I loiter round my cresses. Now, at this particular point, the brook is making a very low sound because it's night time. Which words in the particular stanza tells us that it's a night time? Any one of you turn on your microphone and answer me, please. Which words?
Moons and stars.
Very good, very good. Moon and stars. So it's night time. The brook moves very slowly and it makes a very low sound. Alwan wan na na kachwanin a athoma ari po kha aring lawani so. Okay, because it's night time, the moon and stars were shining. The brook continues its journey, and then it makes a very low sound. And then I linger. Linger means to remain. That means it flows very softly. I mean, not rapidly. I linger by my shingly bars. I loiter round my cresses. Loiter and linger, the meaning is the same. So in this particular stanza, the movement of the brook is very, very slow. It was loitering, almost stand still. I turn in serang vede si hengang ver kana doang tan around my cresses. Now cress, C-R-E-S-S-E-S. Cresses are type of plants. In Mizo, we call them antam. Okay, antam. Okay. And out again, I curve and flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. So, and again, it joins another river. Then the brook says, from this river, I will go out again and continue my journey. My journey is endless. It never ends. So it repeats the chorus. Men come and then men go, meaning people are born, a man is born, and then a day comes when he dies. But I am not like that. I am eternal. I continue to flow. I can never die. So that is the literal explanation of the poem. Now, let's look at the poem from a deeper level. Now, the poet Tennyson, Alfred Tennyson, compares, listen well all of you, compares the journey of the brook to the journey of human life. He draws a parallel, a compare to journey of the brook to the journey of human life. Now, the brook, sometimes it moves slowly, sometimes quickly, sometimes rapidly. So exactly like that, human life is also full of ups and downs. So it is, the journey of the brook is very much similar to the journey of human life. Again, the quick movement of the brook symbolizes our youth and the time when we are when we are very active in our life. And when the group moves slowly, it means it symbolizes old age. Do you understand? The quick movement of the group symbolizes the prime time of our life, when we are energetic, when we are healthy, like you all, you're still very young. The way you walk, the way you move very fast, you walk very fast. But once you are old, you won't be able to move like that. You will move very slowly. So that way, Tennyson draws a parallel between the journey of the group to the journey of human life. However, there is one difference. The difference is, for a person, a day will come when he has to die, because man is made in such a way that he is mortal. A man cannot live forever. But the group continues its journey. It has no end. The group has no end. It continues to live forever. So that is the difference between the journey of the group to the journey of human life. Let me repeat once more. Tennyson draws a parallel between the journey of the group to the journey of human life. There are so many similarities. The group sometimes move quickly, sometimes slowly. In the same manner, we humans also, sometimes we move very fast. That denotes the prime time of our life. And when the time comes when we move slowly, it means that we have become old. And then, uh, sometimes, okay, yes, sometimes the group would make a quick movement, sometimes it would make a very slow movement. That denotes that, like when Tennyson draws a parallel between the movement of the group and to the journey of the human life has its ups and downs. There is so much similarity between the movement of the group to the journey of the human life. But like I said, however, there is one difference. Man is mortal. There has to come a day when he dies, but the group is eternal. Okay, with that, we end our class today. Thank you, all of you, for participating.
Thank you, Miss.
Bye.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Bye-bye. See you in the next
Bye,
Thank
class.
Miss.
Thank you,
Miss.
Miss.
See you,
Thank you,
Miss.
Miss.
See you, Miss.
Oh, thank you,
See
Miss.
you, Miss.
Miss. You know, sayonara. Class 10 room ka chua san the an chuak zum zum teule in signal tha zo in khuat rang poi la thei rang sin le thì chọn thì xin rồi à à har thì nem
ấy à ô có lụt thế không lúc có lúc tệ mình mua em cái lụt rất là lâu chút tí cái đó hàng cái lụt ta mi tí hàng cái lụt mày chuẩn tí cái miệt cua về nó
Class 10 thì
càng nó